Well, hello and welcome to episode 1 of the Bourne Baptist Youth Podcast. My name's Nathan and I am the youth worker here at Bourne Baptist Church. And with me today is...
Hello, I am Reece. I am the legend.
Reece is the legend.
I am.
That was the introduction from Reece. Thank you, Reece.
I'm so excited that we're finally doing this.
Yeah. It's taken a while for us to get here. About 2 years.
I'd say 2 years, yeah.
So about 2 years. But we're here, we're episode 1. So what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be playing a game. We're going to have a bit of a catch up. And we're going to be looking at the topic, you, me and God.
Woo!
Cool. Right, well, let's get into it, Reece, anyway.
Let me get comfy. Yeah,
okay.
carry on. Yeah.
So, anyway, Reece, start off with, how's your week been? It's Monday today, but let's say last week, how's your week been?
Right, last week, I was so sad because, fortunately, we couldn't go to our youth groups.
Yeah, I know.
Because Nathan has unfortunately had COVID.
Yeah.
And we all missed out, all the people that went to the group, so...
Yeah.
And we missed the date that we're going to release the episode, so...
Yeah, this was meant to be done last week. So I had COVID all last week, which was really annoying. And I had to cancel 5 groups last week, which was a real shame. But we're back.
Yep, we're back.
We're back. Well, what did you get up to then, Reece? So without me, I know obviously you're missing me a lot. And what your week can't be good obviously without coming to one of my youth groups. But what did you get up to? Obviously I was at school, but
obviously I was at school being busy as usual, because that's who I am.
What, busy?
Top set of my classes, of course I'm going to be busy.
Little brag there.
Yeah, little brag. I'm trying to brag.
Just a normal week, really.
Yesterday I went shopping and I got a new coat, which is behind me.
Oh, should we do a little show?
Oh.
Do a little show.
I got this if I can get it.
Should we get Reece to do a little catwalk?
A little catwalk. My beautiful coat from Go Outdoors. If you don't know what the shop is, go to Peterborough.
Nice.
I can't.
Oh, he's putting it on. Oh, you go there, Reece.
Hang on.
And this is going to be our new line of merch.
New line of merch.
Podcast merch.
Yeah, you got to put that on merch, like.
You think? Yeah, you could actually get this.
Hang on.
Episode 1, how to put on a coat.
How to put on a coat. Fail. There.
Well done, mate.
There.
Okay, alright, you can sit down. Well
Thank you,
done.
I'm going to take my coat off.
Sit down. There you go, thanks for that, Reece.
I need to get comfy again.
There you go.
Lovely.
What a lovely start to the podcast.
Lovely start. Catwalk. Boom. Does that or what is it?
Yeah.
Is it that or that?
Yeah. We're going to move on. Okay. Do you want to hear about my week?
Oh, let's go.
My week was pretty sad.
Oh.
So, Monday morning, start coming to work, test positive for COVID. Very frustrating. So I had to cancel Youth Alpha, my older youth group, had to cancel the Space and Sunday morning. So we just sat at home by myself. Really sad. But then Mahela got COVID, that's my wife. Shout out.
Shout out Mahela, yeah.
So I gave her COVID as well, which is great. So at least we was able to spend a week together. So we watched 6 Christmas movies so far.
Already?
Already.
My dad wouldn't even let me watch Christmas
Really?
movies. No.
6 Christmas movies already.
Oh yeah, it's not December.
Mahela wanted to put up the Christmas decks, but we left it. But yeah, so we just spent a week chilling at home, watching Christmas movies.
Lovely. What movies did you watch?
Watched the cartoon Grinch.
Oh, which one? The new one?
Yeah. I don't
or was
know
it like the really old one?
No, not the really old one from like a few years ago. It's not as good as the Jim Carrey one, but it came out like
Jim Carrey one's really, really good. I've watched the cartoon one though, it's not too bad.
It's not bad.
It's got Benedict Cumberbatch in it, so... Absolutely love the actor.
What else? I watched Christmas Chronicles.
Oh, I love Christmas. Which one? Both?
Yeah, well, I just watched the first one this time. I have seen both of them.
I know, they're both really, really good.
Watched Nativity. You know the one with Martin Freeman?
Oh, is it the one with the... Yeah, I've watched that one.
So good. And I watched others. Night Before Christmas, that weren't bad.
Oh, is it the one with the weird skeleton man, Jack Skellington?
No. You're thinking of the
Nightmare Before Christmas.
No, this is Night. Anyway, other Christmas movies.
Anyway.
But yeah, it was good.
Anyway.
But anyway, to start off today, we was going to play a game, wasn't we?
A game?
We're going to play a game.
What game are we playing, Nathan?
So, we're going to play a game called Truth and a Lie. Truth and a Lie, that's it, isn't it?
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun.
So basically, me and Reece are both going to tell each other a story.
Yeah.
Well, we'll tell each other two stories. One story's true, one story's a lie, and the other person has to guess which is which. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to do a different game each episode, and at the end of the year, we're going to keep a tally, see who's done the most, and the loser will have to do a forfeit.
Oh.
I'm thinking maybe a gunge challenge or...
Gunge?
Yeah,
On top
like
head.
4 gunge on yourself.
I love to do that. Do you
Or
remember
maybe
do you
like the
remember
ice
this-
bucket
or
challenge.
What if we did the pint of it? Do you remember what happened at Holly Club?
Yeah,
America?
yeah, exactly.
That was really funny.
But we'll do some sort of forfeit. We'll do some forfeit.
Yeah.
So anyway, again, should I go first? Tell you my 2 stories.
Be my guest.
Okay, alright, so I'm going to tell you 2 stories. So, the first story is...
Yeah.
Okay. So, many moons ago, when I was 10 years old,
Yeah.
me and my family went on a holiday to the Lake District, and we went up a mountain.
Which Lake District?
What do you mean the lake? There's just one Lake District.
Alright. I don't know.
They're like the Peak District and the Lake District. Anyway, there's a place called the Lake District. Don't listen to Reece. He's obviously not doing geography at school, at least not very well.
What? We don't do that at geography. Carry on.
Anyway, we went to the Lake District. It's a mountainous sort of place
Yeah.
in England. And we went up a mountain, me, my dad and my sister.
Yeah.
And it was quite slippy, but for some reason I was jumping from rock to rock. And without realising, one of the rocks wasn't a rock. It wasn't like a big boulder. It was like just moss, like green moss. And I went through it and I fell off the edge of the mountain. Okay, I fell about 2 meters and held on to the edge. This is true. Well, you're gonna work out if it's true. And as I'm hanging there, like a big, fit, sort of strong man walked past, and we asked for his help, and he wouldn't help up. And then a blind man walked past, being led by his wife, and the wife led the blind man down to pull me out and save me from hanging off the mountain. So that's story number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Story number 2 is we was on holiday in Mexico at a honeymoon, and I got attacked by a raccoon, and it bit me on the leg.
Sounds like a kind of you thing to do.
Yeah, and I had to go to hospital. So that's my 2 stories. Which one do you think is right?
First one, I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
Yeah.
Why do you think it's a lie?
Did you say a blind woman or blind
A blind man. A
Blind man.
Yeah.
on a mountain?
Yeah.
So why would
Hanging off a
why would a
mountain.
blind man be on the mountain? Not being rude to blind people, but that sounds kind of dangerous considering he's blind. He could
Yeah.
just fall off the mountain.
Well, he's
anyway.
being led by his wife, but yeah.
Okay, fair enough. If he fell off the mountain, the wife will go with him. Not to be rude.
Yeah, that's very
I'm a
rude,
really
Reece.
nice person.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to say first one is a lie.
Yeah.
Second one is a truth. Because it sounds like you kind of thing to do, get bitten by a raccoon.
Reece is wrong.
What?
A was right. So I fell off a mountain, hung on the edge, and was saved by a blind man. It sounds incredibly unrealistic, but I just promise it's true. That's all I can say, and you have to believe me.
Well, you did say true in the
I
story
did,
as well.
I did. I kind of gave that away. So yes, 1 point for me. 1 point for me. Can you redeem it? All right. So your stories.
Right, so my first one is...
Yeah. Good.
Right, so... Good. Right, so first story. Me, my sisters, and my mum, we went into the woods on Saturday. Ooh.
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, yeah. Well, what other woods would I go to?
Felby Woods.
No, thank you. So I went to Bournemouth. Me and my sisters, we had to jump over this muddy puddle.
You had to.
Yeah, because otherwise we didn't have any wellies or anything. It was literally just trainers, and that was it. So I had to carry my little sister, my 5-year-old sister, over, and then and then my other sister went over as well. Then when it came to my mum, she attempted to walk over the puddle, but when she did it, she slipped and her bum fell into the mud.
Oh. bad moment.
Very bad moment.
Not a good place to get a stain.
No.
Looks a little bit.
She literally was so embarrassed walking home.
Okay, so that's story number 1. That sounds quite believable, I think. That could happen.
Yeah.
That's probably happened to me at one point. Okay, what's story number 2?
You at one point?
Well,
no, we'll go
into
into that after this.
Yeah.
Right, so my second story is...
Oh, he's thinking. Makes me think this one might be wrong.
Big one.
Okay.
In year 8,
Yeah.
the school asked all the people in top set, so me and the
He loves to drop that in.
They asked us that we had to do 6 sessions of PE in one day.
Okay.
And
6, wow.
Yeah. And we had to do football for a sixth formers course, or sixth formers course, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't want to do it again after.
You enjoyed it or you joined it?
I enjoyed it.
You
we
enjoyed it?
We had to join it. It was like a compulsory thing.
Well,
and I didn't want to do it again.
You enjoying football sounds quite unrealistic, if I'm honest. But however, the sixth form was leading it. I had to do that when I was in sixth form, so that sounds quite realistic. But then you took ages to come up with that one, which makes me think that could be made up. So I'm going to say B is correct. You played football and enjoyed it.
Yes, B is true.
Woo! 2 points.
This whole, because you're making up the games, this whole like episode 1 to episode 10 is literally just gonna be you making up all the games, and they're all gonna be rigged.
You can come up with a game if you want, but that's 2 points.
I'll come up after.
I'm really looking forward to gunging you. I'm actually thinking we'll do gunge mixed with ice to make it really cold, and then we can pour that over.
You're not now looking forward to gunging you.
Well, no, I'm gonna win. So.
Yeah. Right. So.
That was good though.
Now we're going to go on to our topic, which is you, me, and God.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
You, me, and God.
Right.
Which is a big topic.
Yeah.
Which is a big topic, and we probably picked a. Well,
ChatGPT came up with this name, not me.
Chat.
I literally just.
You're not going to give that away. That's like you should be like, yeah.
Okay, Google AI gave me it.
Okay.
So I literally typed in, give me good names for a Christian podcast,
He's giving away the tricks of the trade here.
And I was like, oh, it's beautiful.
You're just going to be like, yeah, I've came up with this.
I came up with all of them. Don't listen to me. I don't use AI.
We'll cut what Reece just said.
No.
We came up with a great.
We came up with an amazing name.
Anyway, So you, me, and God. So it's a big topic. They are nice sofas.
I know.
From IKEA.
IKEA?
Yeah.
I don't like IKEA.
Sofas
I don't like IKEA.
Oh.
So whenever I go to IKEA, my mum sees something and we're like, then we have to stare at it for like 5 to 10 minutes. I'm like, if you like this, if you like it, buy it. If you don't like it, walk away. Simplest thing to do. But she's like, oh, I like it.
To be fair, you've got to be sure you want something before you get it.
I'd only be
like
sure.
if I was buying a sofa, I'd probably just sit on it for like 5 hours, just
if you fall asleep after like 5 minutes of sitting on it, then that means it's a good one. If you fall asleep after 10 minutes, and you're like, if it falls asleep after 15 minutes, and you're like, no.
That's your test, how quickly.
It won't get my granddad.
Is that how you buy all your things?
No, I just leave my parents to buy it all.
If you're buying like a pack of bananas and the checkboard,
you
put it behind your head as a pillow and see how quickly you fall asleep to judge whether it's alright.
Or just squish the bananas. And if they squish easily, then they're good ones. If they don't, then you're like...
Well, it's a bit too late once you squished them to eat them, isn't it? Anyway, we'll go back to the actual topic we're talking about. So, we're
going to have to edit part that out.
Okay, well, we'll see. We're doing You, Me and God. So basically, I guess we're kind of talking about a little bit like, is there a God? So, talking about Reece's opinion, my opinion, we're going to kind of
Just to be clear... I'm the non-religious point of view. Nathan is the Christian point of view. It is down in the description, so if you don't understand, go down there if you want to. If you're not bothered, watch it.
Yeah. And feel free to give your opinions in the chat as well, because there is going to be a chat.
Be our guest. Be our guests.
I thought he was going to start singing then. That's
You won't hear me singing unless it's Hakuna Matata.
Okay. Would you sing that?
No. Not unless you gave me £100.
I'll leave it.
Not okay. How about this? I'll sing it if this video gets to 60 views. There you go.
60 views. That's not even that much.
Okay,
you heard
100.
it
100.
No. You said it. 60 views, and Reece will release a solo of Hakuna Matata.
Yeah.
Just as its own video. That would be sick. Okay.
No, not as its own video. It's going to be on an episode.
Agreed. Thank you. 60 views.
And it's going to be on an episode.
Fine, it'll be on an episode.
Yeah.
Deal.
You better wash your hands after having COVID.
Yes, true. No. Okay, so yeah. So you need God. So, Reece, why don't you start off? What is your opinion? Do you believe there's a God? Where are you on this whole point?
Right, so here we go. Let me get into my professional position. So I have always believed there isn't a God.
Okay.
As I've always believed into the scientific views of everything. Because although when my parents, well, my mum, she was christened, I was christened, so technically we are kind of like Christians, although we're just like, we aren't devoted. And I do believe, I believe in the scientific view, so I believe everything grew from the Big Bang all the way up to now.
Okay, so why don't you explain, well, I don't really know much, but maybe the viewers know what I mean. What is the Big Bang then? So you say you believe in the Big Bang, and you don't believe, I guess, in creation coming from God. How did the Big Bang theory work?
So the Big Bang theory was like, I can't say there was nothing in the entire universe, because then we'll go into a whole conversation about, where did the Big Bang come from? If there was, turn your phone off. Where would the Big Bang?
Sorry.
Where would the Big Bang come from if there was nothing?
Yeah.
So all I'm gonna say is, like, my opinion, the Big Bang came from like a great molecular energy that just like went just created. Because I believe it always started with obviously the stars, then it went on to like rocks and stuff, then the rocks evolved, then it became planets, and it became moons, and then here we are today. Yep.
So you believe that there was nothing, that there was just like an empty void, that I guess there was just space but nothing, it was just like a blackness.
I guess there's just like there was obviously like something in that nothingness, like I was saying, there's some sort of molecular energy that just went.
So there was some sort of powerful energy in the nothingness, and then that energy did something, and the universe was created.
Yeah, and all matter and stuff was created.
So what I'm going to say to you then, that is so similar to what I believe. And this is where I believe faith and science can work really well together, because I believe in the beginning, and this is from what I got from the Bible, in the beginning was God, there was nothing else but God, and then God spoke, let there be light, and boom, the universe came into existence. I mean, that sounds so similar to what you were just saying there. So my question to you then, that powerful force or molecular power that you were saying before, is there any chance that could be God? Could it be God that started the Big Bang theory?
I mean, it could be, but then again, how could there be some sort of like man? Do you believe God is a man, or what do you believe?
Well, God, this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because God is 3 in 1. So you got God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. So Jesus came down to earth as a man, and he remains in that form in heaven. Well, he came as a baby and grew into a man, but he came as a human. And then you've got God the Spirit, which is in like a spirit form. Like we as Christians believe God lives in us by the Spirit and is all around us. And then you've got God the Father. So yeah, there is an element of God which is a being. He is a being, and Jesus is a human. And I do believe, it says in the beginning was God. And in the New Testament, one of the Gospels, right, in the beginning was the Word. And the Word was another name for Jesus. So it's kind of saying, God was in the beginning, and in the beginning, God the Father, God the Son, Jesus, God the Holy Spirit, and they were living in unity together. So it wasn't like there was just a God by himself, just doing nothing for ages, and you kind of think, why would he even be there by himself? There was God in three persons living in perfect unity of each other, and out of that love for each other, they decided, let's create something else we can love. So yeah, I do believe God was there in the beginning. In short, to answer your question.
Very short answer.
Sorry, it's.
But I do understand. Everything has got a confusing thing behind it. I do understand. Like a chair, it's got a very confusing thing behind it. I think.
What's confusing about the chair?
So trees grew. So there was a big bang. They went from stars, then went to rocks, then to planets, then there was grass. Then there was
the life of the chair, and you're starting with the
then
big
there
bang
was
still.
trees. Then loads of microorganisms grew into a sheep, and then what they did was then they took the wool of the sheep, they cut down the tree, they turned it into wood, they made the frame of the chair, then they turned the wool into some sort of like thingy, and they put it on the chair, and then boom.
Well, thank you, Reece, for the story of
You're
the
welcome.
chair there. That was
You're welcome. The story of the chair.
Fantastic. And then
Although this is
the
metal.
sofa.
This is metal, not wood.
Yeah,
There's the chair over there.
not
You
give us
can't
a-
see it, but there is a chair. There's like 50 odd chairs here. I think. How many chairs are here?
100 or so.
100.
Anyway.
Does it
going off
include up
topic,
there? Does it include
No,
up there?
they're
Well,
pews
they're
up
just
there,
like, yeah.
wooden pews. Anyway, so okay, well, I'll ask you the question then. Do you think faith and science can coexist and work together, or is it you either have to believe in science or you believe in God? They can't be together. What do you think? Can they work together?
I mean, they could fit together, but I do think there is that one path where it couldn't fit together.
Okay, so
Don't
what do you
ask me
think?
what path that is.
I know you can't say
I
there's
don't
one
understand.
path.
I know literally like the little to no basics of it.
Yeah.
I'm not a scientist. If you think I'm a scientist, look me up online. You won't see me. So I think there is that one thing that literally faith and science won't work together.
Okay. So you think there's something which stops faith and science working together,
Yep.
but you can't say what that thing is?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well-
I need to sit on the computer for hours to figure that out.
Well, do you know what? This is why we wrestle with these things. Because
You want to wrestle me?
No, I don't want to wrestle
You'd
you.
win anyway.
I would, yeah. No, but this is why we have these discussions about faith, because you're obviously, and you're honest about it, which is great. You're at a point where actually you can't say I'm fully sure either way. Like, so you'd probably describe yourself a bit like an agnostic, maybe. Would you say that?
I'd say I'm an agnostic.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's a good place to be, because that's a place where you're going, well, I can't say 100%, so I'm not fully sure, but this is kind of what I think. And, that's fair enough. I would say, I'm not a particularly scientific person, but I do believe science and faith works together really well.
Do you not believe that is that one thing that just doesn't work together, like I said?
I think what I believe with science and faith is science says how things work. So it can break down like the technical facts, how things work.
But like you
with the
said,
universe.
faith says why it works.
Faith says why it works. And that's why I think they work really well together, because you could tell me maybe a great description of, evolution, say, or about creation or anything. You might be able to break down lots of different theories and say exactly how it happened and why it worked. But faith can say why. What was the meaning behind it? What's the point?
What is the point?
And what I like to believe is, I don't like to believe that we live in a universe which was just fluked. Like, you look at the world around us, right? You look at the beautiful trees and the beautiful countryside. even if you look at your fingerprints, none of us have a fingerprint the same. None of us look exactly the
Hang
same.
on, can we hang on?
Yes, Reece, it is different doing thumbs. But you know, we're all different, and we all live on a perfect planet which allows us to breathe, has enough gravity to hold us to the ground, but not too much to squish us. You know, our planet is made perfectly for us to live on, and we're saying that's all just a fluke. Could that really all have been flukes?
I mean, I think it may not have been flukes, because like you said, we have got an amazing thing that we live on, and that supplies us with all of our needs. I do agree with you there, very, very much, but I still do think that there is that one thing that just doesn't work with faith and science.
Fair enough. Well, let me ask you one more question, then we'll close off the topic,
Yeah.
because otherwise we'll go on for too long.
Yeah, we took too long.
I'm going to ask you the question. What do you think happens when you die?
I think when you die, that is it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Does that scare you?
I think that death scares me, because I don't like the idea of dying, because I do know everyone doesn't live forever, otherwise literally that you'd see like about 1,000-year-old people just walking the streets. But I don't like the idea of dying, because there's so many people that you love in your life, that you love dearly, and you just don't like the idea of just eventually they're going to be gone.
Yeah.
Because when they're gone, sometimes you can think, what am I going to do now? Because they can be the foundations that hold you up, can't they?
Yeah.
So I don't like the idea of dying, because I know that you could die any moment, anywhere, at any time. So I want to live for as long as I possibly can, because I want to see how well we can develop, how well, if I have a family in the future, how well they can develop. I want to see how that happens, and I want to see how well it can go.
Yeah, that's good.
What about you then?
See, personally, I'm not afraid of death at all. I'm just not afraid of death. I mean, the only thing I'd be scared of is like maybe what you mentioned, losing a loved one. So, for example, if Mahela died, then I don't know why I'm laughing there, but I would be super sad.
Mahela, don't watch this.
No, it's all right. I'm going to say lovely things, but one thing I would know, even though it would be really sad, because Mahela believes in God, I believe she would go to heaven. And even though I'd miss her here, she would go into a perfect paradise. And that's what I believe happens. Like when I die, I'm not thinking, oh, it's the end and I'm really scared of death. I'm just thinking I'm going to an even better. That I'm going to heaven to be with God. And heaven's like the best day you can possibly picture. Like imagine like your best day, times it by 100, and that's what every day is like in heaven. And there'll be no more death, no more pain, no more suffering. And I mean, that's something I actually look forward to. I mean, that's exciting for me.
I don't want my dog to die.
No.
I love my dog to bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is sad when we lose people. But I guess
And
like
pets.
and pets, yeah.
Don't forget
People
pets.
love their pets.
I love my pet.
But I guess coming back to what we were talking about, you, me and God, I think the truth is, if you look at it, and be fair, if you don't believe in God, you might believe in the science behind it, say how things work and all that kind of thing, but you believe in the fact that this is all a fluke, that there was just a cosmic fluke which created this world, and that we'll live our life and then we die and that's it. And whenever family or friends die, that's it and they're gone.
Yeah, because I also believe we'll never, obviously in our lifetimes, we'll never get to we'll never see the point where scientists, I don't even think it's possible that we could eventually reach the greatest amount of technology to reach immortality. I don't think we'll ever be able to do that, because life can't last forever, otherwise you will eventually just look like a shriveled pile of bones.
Well, I wouldn't want to live in this world forever, because this world, although it can have lots of great things, is also really awful at times. You know, we struggle with mental health, you know, we struggle with illness and disease and pain and suffering, so I wouldn't want to live here forever, but I would want to live in heaven forever, where it's perfect. But like I say, you know, you believe in science and that's great, and the fluke, you know, believe that there was fluke to life and there's a reason behind it, but we die. Or if you have faith in God, you believe that the world was created, that you were created, that your life has a purpose and a meaning, that God has a plan for you, and then when you die, you go to a perfect paradise. I mean, faith is filled with hope. So I guess what I would challenge those watching this video, do you want to believe in a fluke where it all ends, or do you want to believe in a faith which is full of purpose, hope, and an amazing future even when you die in the paradise? But anyway, we've discussed our opinions.
Yeah, we've discussed it very
Big
well.
questions, deep question, but we'll leave that there for today. But we have more stuff coming up on the podcast. So Reece, next session, next few sessions, what we're going to be doing?
Next few sessions, we're going to be doing stuff about mental health.
Yeah.
Now, I hope that a lot of you might relate to this about mental health, because I find it quite interesting to learn about and stuff. So I hope our audience will watch the episodes.
Find it helpful.
Yeah.
And I can say personally, I've struggled with mental health and still do at times. So we'll share some testimonies. We'll talk about our own personal experiences, give some tips, and we'll play some games.
Yeah.
We'll play a game anyway. I'll win another round, which will be really good.
No,
we'll have a few laughs and that kind of thing. Anyway, we hope that you've enjoyed episode 1. It's been a long time coming. Yeah. Please watch it.
Please, please. I'm begging. It's going to be on our website, which I will put down in the description so you can go find it. It's going to be on our website. Obviously, it's going to be on YouTube because that's where you're going to be watching it. It'll be on Apple Podcasts as well, and hopefully we can get on Spotify. If we can't, then I've got to try twist some bobs and try to figure out how to do that. Yeah. But yeah, we hope you have enjoyed it. We hope you have. If you haven't, don't watch our next one.
At least my parents will watch it.
Yeah, at least my parents will watch it.
Mahela will watch it. We'll have like 3 views. But remember, 60 views and Reece which will be amazing. Yeah. So anyway, lots of love, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Whee!
Cool.